When did you realize you could play intense really good? Because no one goes out and starts chewing up the scenery, you know. You're a nice guy. When did you realize that that was really something that people were going to book you for all the time?
It's not something I ever think about, actually, you know. I just like to really personalize my work, you know, whether it's comedic, dramatic, whatever it is. To me, it's really about the material and making it personal and being in the moment.
Was there a particular piece of material that you came across, or maybe accident or on purpose, that had you really be intense and then, you know, it clicked?
Well, most recently and famously, The Shield would probably
absolutely.
be it. You know, he's a rather high-strung individual, Vic Mackey is, and I had a tremendous run on that show, and great time, and really good work. But this was something that was a bit of a removal, although there are similarities in that, you know, playing a guy who's very intense and under a lot of pressure. But that's probably where it ends. You know, Eagle Eye is a really, it's one of those rare films that, you know, where you have edge of your seat, a tightly wound thriller, popcorn, exciting thriller, and at the same time it's a thinking person's movie, and that's credit to DJ Caruso, really. The director of this film, I think, is one of the great talents of our time right now. It
went by like that.
Exactly.
If you're in the audience, I'm sure it did when you're making it, but I mean, it roars, and you just, and the fact that, you know, I mean, I've been thinking about it a lot lately when I called up my home and saw my truck in my, you know, in my driveway on Google. I found that to be very interesting, and I think a lot of people are going to get more and more a little freaked out about that.
Well, I think, you know, it makes you start thinking, God, I hope they're looking at, you know, the technology has leapt forward so quickly, and we always think about how technology helps us, but we really haven't given enough thought to how the insidious, possibly, you know, dark side of that technology, and how that, you know, even if you're the most transparent person, you have nothing to hide in your life, you still want your personal life to be protected. You don't want it to be legal or all right for the government or anybody else, for that matter, to invade your privacy, to listen to what you're saying in the privacy of your own home or even out in the world. If I'm walking down the street with you in a public place, still, I'm having a private conversation with you in a public place. And I think that really, if I want you to be privy to what I'm saying, it's not for everybody else's consumption. And I don't think anybody would want that.
But our cars can listen to us now against our will.
That's correct.
If we want, if they want to, whoever they is.
Yeah, well, right. You know, the idea that someone could be sitting in a booth somewhere and toggling a switch and having a satellite beam in on you in your backyard and literally clear as a bell, on you, is unnerving.
The fact that I locked my keys in my car and I called OnStar and they unlocked it in the driveway, and it just did like that, to me was pretty amazing.
It's amazing, and that's one way where it's a help. But, you know, you have to control this technology, and you have to make sure that people's rights and liberties are protected at the same time. And this is one of the things that obviously Eagle Eye evokes. And in the context of a movie that's really incredibly fast-paced and entertaining. And that's rare.
It is. It's a real, and it took me away from the world for a little bit, and that's important to me. I want my money's worth.
Absolutely. You get that.
And I got my money's worth.
Right. You get your popcorn movie, and you get to, you know, it gets you thinking a bit.
Good to see you. And I never want you mad at me. Never want you mad at me.
Don't worry.
All right.